Namaste from SARVA. My name is Jahnavi and welcome to today's session. In today's belt yoga session, we're going to be doing a lot of hip openers. With the belt, we're just going to use it for correct alignment so you can feel it more in your hips. Always remember, the prop is just to assist you. Your pose is all about you and how your body feels in it. So listen to your body throughout the session. Let's begin with some grounding exercises. Today we are going to be focusing on the breath and calming our mind and body down. So sit in any comfortable position. Make sure you're nice and stable on the floor, your hips are grounded down. Just place your palms on your knees. Your palms can either be open and facing up, or you can take chin mudra where your first finger and your thumb are touching. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and gently close your eyes. Your spine is nice and straight, there is no stress. And bring your attention to your breath. Take a deep inhale. Follow your breath all the way to your belly. And exhaling, completely empty it out. Inhaling deep. And exhale completely. Inhale. And exhale. Observe your breath as it travels all the way through you. And exhale, letting it go. One last time, inhale. And exhale completely. Keep your eyes closed. Join your palms at your chest and bow your head down. Set an intention for your practice. Think of what you want from your time on the mat today. Gently rub your palms together. Warm them up. And cup them over the eyes. Blink your eyes open gently. And bring the palms down. Let's begin with the warm-up. From here we are going to stand at the top of the mat with your feet either hip-width apart or closer together. We're going to warm up with traditional Surya Namaskars today. We're going to do 3 rounds, which is 6 Surya Namaskars. So you can stand either with your feet close together or hip-width apart, depending on what makes you feel more grounded. Hands in Namaste, the front of your chest. Roll your shoulders back and away and engage your core, which means just pull your lower belly down in towards the spine. On the inhale, you're going to take your arms up and back. You don't need to go into a back bend right away. You can just extend your arms up, push your hips slightly forward, keep a gentle bend in the knees and look up. Exhaling with a flat back, keep extending your arms away as you fold forward. Again, since our body is not warm yet, we can keep a nice bend in the knees to fold. On the inhale, step your right foot back, push your hips down, look up. You can either be here or you can always drop the back knee down if balancing is an issue. Exhaling, step back into a plank. Drop your knees, chest and chin on the floor in Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhaling, lift the chest up. You're dropping the hips. Keep the elbows hugging in. Push your shoulders away from your neck. Tuck your toes. Exhaling, push back to a downward dog. Inhaling, step your right foot between your palms. Again, if you drop the knee on the other side, drop it here as well. Or you can keep it up. Push your hips forward. Lift the chest into Ashwa Sanchalanasana. Exhaling, step the left foot forward. Again, keep that bend in your knees. Inhaling, come up and back into a slight back bend. Exhaling, palms to chest. That was half a round. We're going to step the left foot back this time. Inhaling, up and back. Squeeze your glutes as you go back. Exhaling, fold with a bend in the knees. Inhaling, step the left foot this time. Again, whatever version of Ashwasandhanasana you did on the other side. Look up, lift the chest. Exhaling, right foot steps back. Drop your knees. Chest and chin down. Keep your hips up. You should have that arch in your back. Inhaling, lift the chest. Release your toes out. Elbows hugging in, shoulders away from the neck. Tuck the toes. Exhale, lift and push back. Inhaling, left foot steps forward between your palms. Hips low, look up. Exhaling, right foot forward into a fold. Inhaling, up and back. Exhaling, palms to chest. Let's flow a little faster. One breath for a movement. Inhaling, up and back. Exhaling, forward fold. My body is already feeling warm. Inhaling, right foot back. Lift the chest, hips low. Exhaling, left back to plank. Knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, chest up. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling, right foot forward. Hips down, chest up. Exhaling, left foot forward to a fold. Inhaling, up and back. Exhaling, palms to chest. Inhaling, up and back. Exhaling, fold, keep going. Inhaling, left foot back. Push your hips forward. Exhaling, right back to plank. Knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, slide up. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, hips low, chest up. Exhale, right up. Inhale, let's go up and back. Exhaling, palms to chest. Last round. Inhale. Keep going. This can be exhausting, but that's the whole point because we're trying to right back, warm our body for our practice. Left back to plank. Knees down, chest and chin. Inhaling, chest up. Shoulders away from the neck. Exhale, push back. Inhale, right forward, hips down, chest up. Exhale, left forward to a fold. Inhaling, up and back. Exhale, palms to chest. Last one, last side. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, left foot back. Pay attention to your breath. Exhale, right back. Suspend your breath. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, left foot forward. Hips down, chest up. Exhaling, right foot forward. Inhaling, up and back. Exhaling, palms to chest. Well done. We're done with the warm-up. Let's just quickly take a child's pose at the end of the mat. Catch our breath. Keep your forehead to the floor and sit back. From your child's pose, come up into a tabletop. We're going to go into a downward facing dog from here. So from your tabletop, just tuck your toes in and gently lift your knees back and up into a downward dog. In your downward dog, if your heels are not touching the floor yet, don't worry about it. You can just simply start walking your legs. Bend and straighten one knee at a time. Every time you straighten your leg, try to push the heel towards the mat as much as you can. Make sure your palms are pressing down into the floor and your palms are shoulder width apart. Just one more breath here as you open up your hamstrings. And from here, look forward and either on your toes or with your feet flat, start walking baby steps to the front of the mat as slowly as you can. And here, just take a moment in your forward fold to completely let go of any tension you're holding either in your hamstrings or in your neck or in your lower back. So keep your knees bent, your chest almost touching the thighs. You can either keep your fingertips on the floor just under your shoulders, or you can grab the opposite elbows and drop your head between your arms. Just stay here for 2 more breaths. You can even sway from side to side if that feels good for your lower back, or just stay in the center. 1 more breath here. And release your palms down, and we are going to unfold, like roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. So take your time as you roll up, nice and slow. Bring your shoulders up, roll them back, and then your head comes up last. Nice. Let's begin at the front of the mat. We're going to start using the belt now. We're not going to use it throughout the class, only for the poses that are enhanced or require the assistance of the belt. So your belt needs to be looped. We're going to use it in a small loop to begin with. We're going to start with a balancing posture. We're going to start with the left foot coming up into a standing Pavan Muktasana. Don't worry, at the beginning of the class, you might lose some balance, you might not find it right away. So take your own time, just loop the belt into your foot and start pulling the belt up. So your left knee comes towards the left shoulder, fix your gaze and pull it up. You should instantly start feeling this in your hip flexor. Keep the knee bent as you pull the knee up. Pull the foot up so the knee comes up. 1 more breath here. You can hold on to the belt with both your hands or let go of the right hand. Bring it to your hip. From here, you can always stay here. This is a good hip opener. Or you can open up your leg in front. Again, fix your gaze. 1 more breath here. You can pull it up. And now slowly bring your foot in. Release the belt and let's step it back. Left foot steps back, right foot is forward. We're going to set up for a triangle. Since we're using a belt, we're not going to flow like we usually do in a Vinyasa class, because we're going to take our time to adjust the belt. So we're going to open it up into a bigger loop. Let's loop it first onto our body, onto the hip. So it's going to come onto your pelvic bone and the other end goes under your foot. So now you're going to adjust the belt according to your height, according to your where it feels good. And then you're going to press the right foot down to create this resistance. You're going to lift the body up, push the foot down, your hand either on your shin or onto your ankle or foot, wherever it reaches, and then turn your left shoulder back, lifting the chest as you take the left hand up. Make sure you feel the resistance of the belt. It's going to strengthen your hips as well as open it out. So pull the left hip back, push the right hip forward. The belt is basically stopping you from collapsing that left hip forward and losing the form here. Gaze up towards your left palm. We're taking 3 breaths here. Again, you're not putting your weight onto your right leg. Keep yourself lifted as you gaze up. 1 more breath. And on the exhale, release your left palm down. Now you're going to pull your right hip back. Everything is happening inside the belt. You might need some adjustment for this posture. I don't. So I'm just going to fold forward from here. And then once I'm halfway down, I'm just going to pull my belt a little tighter. And that's it. My body is parallel to the floor. I'm pulling my right hip back. My right leg is straight. Keep yourself lifted. You can hold on to the belt just to keep it tight. Keep your chest lifted, gaze slightly forward. 1 more breath here. And on the exhale, bend into the right leg and gently bring the belt out. And step the left foot forward. We have 1 more pose left on the left side, and then we are going to move on to the other side. We are going to go into a Natarajasana, which is another balancing posture. Same leg, so your left leg. Again, loop the belt, smaller this time. and hook it onto the left foot. Make sure your right foot is nice and stable. Shift the weight into the right leg. Now gently start lifting your left leg back and up, bending the left knee. You can stay wherever feels good for you. If it's here, completely fine staying here, or you can start lifting the foot up as you walk your palms down towards that foot. Nice and slow. Again, to balance, keep your gaze focused, breath steady. One more breath here. I'm just going to stay here. This is really good practice for back bending as well as balance and a little bit of hip opening. One more breath. And slowly release and come out of it. Keep the belt aside. Bend your knees, go into a forward fold, and let's take 3 breaths here. Again, if you want to keep grab onto the opposite elbows and sway from side to side, you can always do that. 2 more breaths here. Keep your knees bent, chest close to the thighs, relaxing the lower back, relaxing your neck. 1 more breath. And releasing your palms down. Again, let's roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Up, up, up. Bring your shoulders up and your head comes up last. Alright, let's move on to the other side. We'll grab the belt again. This time your right foot is in the loop. Again, make a small loop. You're going to make sure your left leg is grounded into the floor and then hook that loop into the right foot. From here, either with both your hands or just the right hand, start pulling your foot up so that your knee comes close to the right shoulder. You can keep a slight bend in your left knee if that helps you stay stable, but make sure your left foot is grounding down, nice and strong. Keep pulling it up. You can bring your left hand to your hip. Focus your gaze, focus your breath. Let's take another breath here. And you can always stay here, lifting the knee higher, or extend your right foot forward, right leg forward. Again, gaze steady, breath steady. Keep lifting it up if you feel like. Keep pulling the belly in just to stabilize your body. And let's slowly bring it down and unhook your foot. This time we're going to step the right foot back again. And we'll do Trikonasana on this side. We need a longer or a bigger loop for this one. So again, bring it across your hips. The belt is basically at your right pelvic bone. And then hook it under your left foot. It has to be a little tight so that you feel that resistance. It will take a while to get used to the belt, so don't worry about that. And then bring your left palm either to your ankle or all the way down to your foot as you lift yourself up and gaze up at your right palm. Make sure your right hip isn't collapsing forward. 2 more breaths here. Don't put your weight onto the left leg. You can keep your body slightly lifted, just touching your left foot. And exhaling, bring the right palm down, slightly bend into the left knee as you bring the belt to your lower back for your pyramid. Again, once you've adjusted the belt here, straighten your left leg. You can hold on to the belt or hands on the hips and keep your chest lifted. Both my legs are straight. I'm using that resistance to find stability and strength. You can always adjust the belt a little tighter or hold on to the belt on the right side. 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. And exhaling, let's bend into the left knee and gently take the belt out. and step your right foot forward. Again, the last pose, which is a Natarajasana, we're going to require a much smaller loop, and it's going to hook onto the right foot. So make sure your left foot is grounded, shift your weight into the left foot and bring the right foot up. You're going to bend the right knee. So from here, you're going to lift that right foot up and then turn your right elbow up. This is flipping the grip. And then you can just keep holding on to it with your right hand if that's comfortable for you. Or you can take your left hand back as well and hold the belt with both your hands. From here, you're going to start pulling your foot up and walking your palms down towards the foot. Stay here. You can hold the pose or keep pulling the foot up. Maintain your balance. One more breath here. From here, gently release and unhook the belt from your foot, and let's come down to a seated position finally. Alright, we're going to do the butterfly pose here. So just first without the belt, let's get used to the butterfly a little bit. You can flap your knees, flap your thighs. And from here again, essentially we're going to do the same thing which we did in our standing poses, which is create that resistance to stabilize the pose. So again, this can be a little bit tricky. Getting used to the belt can be tricky or even awkward a lot of times, which it is for me. So you're going to put the belt around your waist and then hook it into your feet. And then you're just going to start tightening it as much as you need to. You can have it on either side the loop and then tighten it as much as you need to. So you can completely pull your feet towards you and then tighten the belt or keep them slightly away. And then you're going to keep holding on to the belt so that it doesn't get loose. And then just stay here. So you're going to bring your back straight up. So you're slightly pushing back while your feet ground into the floor. So again, you'll feel this nice resistance, and this is the most stable your butterfly pose is ever going to be. So keep pushing the knees down, thighs down as you lift your chest and sit back into that belt and close your eyes. We're here for 5 nice good breaths. If this is too easy for you, you can always try to bring your feet closer. Stay here, keep pushing your thighs down. You can even take the belt a little lower onto the hips towards the tailbone and stay. Let's take 3 more deep cleansing breaths here. Maintain your posture, just keep pushing your knees and thighs down. One more breath here. Deep inhale and exhale completely, and let's come out of this pose. We're going to start releasing the belt if it ever comes out. Yes, and bring it up. Alright, for our last seated posture, we're going to try the compass pose, which requires your hips to be open and your hamstrings to be open. So we're going to bring the right knee in, your right knee is bent, your left knee is down on the floor. Bring your left foot close to your right hip so that your left hip forms like a nice stabilizing sort of structure on the floor. From here, you're going to take your right foot slightly away, lean forward and take your right shoulder under the right thigh and bring your right fingertips out to the side. Alright, from here in the full compass pose, you just hold on to your foot and straighten it up. But since we're not there yet and we require the belt, we are going to do that. So you can keep the small loop, but I generally try to use it as sort of a shorter towel sort of thing. So you're just going to shorten it and then hook it onto the base of your right foot. From here, hold the belt with your left hand. You're going to lean forward and take that right hand out to the right. I generally keep my fingertips on the floor. That just gives you more height instead of a flat palm. So press your fingertips into the floor on the right and then slowly lift the right foot up. So essentially your back of the right knee is on top of the right shoulder as you keep pressing those fingertips down. You can always stay here if you're a beginner and get used to this lifting of the leg. Or if you want to go a little further, just straighten the right leg. You're going to take the right leg and the left arm behind your head. Bring it up and back till your right leg is nice and straight. If you're here and if this is comfortable, just turn your chest to the left and look up. If you want to go a little further, you can come out of it and walk your palm towards your foot as close as possible and then try it again. And hold it here. Keep straightening that right leg, lifting your chest up. You should feel it in your right leg all across the back of it as well as your right hip. Keep pressing this left leg down. This is your grounding leg. And slowly come out. As you keep practicing this, you won't need the belt after a point. After a point, you can just hold on to the foot and straighten it out behind. And let's come out of it. And switch legs. Just shake your legs out, give it a nice shake your feet. And let's come on to the other side. So this time you're going to bring your right foot close to the left hip, press the right knee down and bend the left leg. Again, grab your belt. And hook it at the base of your left foot. You're going to hold it this time with your right hand. Lean forward as much as you can and take the left hand out to the side. Again, press down with your fingertips and lift the left leg, left foot up. If you want to stay here, you always can. Remember, one side is always a little tighter. So take it at your own pace and listen to your body. You're going to come here and if you want to straighten it out, let's straighten it out completely. If you're here, if this feels comfortable, then turn your chest to the right and look up. Again, if this feels very easy, come out of it and walk your palm closer to your foot. And then let's go up again. Hold it here. Keep opening your chest. Keep pressing that right knee down. And slowly come out of it and release. This side for me is tighter, so I'm not going to do the full pose, but you get the gist. And from here, let's come forward and slow and nicely lie down on the back. Just take a moment here to find your neutral position, lower back on the floor and your belly drawn in. From here, we are going to do Supta Hastapadangusthasana, which is again a really nice pose to open up the hips as well as the hamstrings. So you're going to straighten the left leg out first. Make sure your left leg remains in position throughout, except for when we twist, but try with your left palm, try to keep that left hip pressing down. We're going to work with the right leg first. So again, whatever is comfortable for you, there's two options. You can either make a small loop and hook it onto your foot. The way I prefer to do it is again to just double up the belt and just put it under the foot. Whichever one's comfortable for you, you can choose to do that. So in this position, it's important to try to walk your palms towards your foot because the end goal is to reach here so that you can keep holding on to your big toe with the first two fingers. So in any position, in any of the three positions that we're going to do, try to keep walking your palm towards your foot. Alright, so we're going to take 3 deep breaths in each position. On your exhale, you're going to go deeper into the pose. Again, do a quick check that your lower back is nice and comfortable. Keep your right foot flexed. Every time you're trying to stretch, keep your foot flexed, which means your toes are pulling towards you. Inhale. And exhaling, walk your palms towards your foot as you pull it in. 2 more breaths like this. Inhale. Exhaling, walk it further towards the foot. 1 more deep inhale. And exhaling, walk it forward. Maybe you can grab onto the foot or wherever you are. Just stay there for 1 more breath. Inhale. And on this exhale, you're going to try to drop the right foot towards the right. So here, it might not be the same as when you're here. So your hand might slide away from your foot. That's completely fine. We're going to try to do the same thing on the right. Open up your right foot all the way to the right. With your left palm, press that left hip down so that this doesn't happen, right? Keep pressing it down. And if you can, just walk your right foot towards your right hand towards your right foot. Stay here. You can keep pulling the right foot up towards the top of your mat. You can even turn your head to the left. Keep the left leg active, remember, don't just let go of the left leg. You will lose that stretch in the hip. 1 more breath here. And on the inhale, let's come back center. We are going to switch hands. We are going to go into a twist. So bring the left hand to hold the belt. Right hand comes on the floor in line with your shoulder. Just use your right palm to keep yourself from rolling over when you twist, right? Keep holding on to the right foot. Right, and bring the right foot towards the left. If this is too much for your hip, you can always bend this knee. Don't use the belt, just bend the knee and press it to the left. If this is accessible to you, keep the leg straight. Again, keep walking your palm towards the foot and keep pulling your foot up towards the top of the mat. You can turn your head to the right, but make sure your shoulder blades are pressing to the floor. Don't completely turn over to the right. This is a twist as well as a hip stretch. 1 more breath. And inhaling, come back center. Exhaling 1 last time. Let's do a quick hamstring stretch. Exhaling, pull your leg in and lift your head up this time. If you can grab onto the foot, that's great. Inhaling, bring your head down. And exhaling, release the foot from the belt and bring it down. Just bring your knees in and find your neutral. Just for a second. Lower back on the floor, neck and shoulders relaxed. And from here, let's move on to the other side. Right leg straightens this time. And your left leg comes up. Again, whatever you did on the other side, whatever works for you, either the small loop or double the belt up and hook it under your foot. Again, like I always say, one side is tighter than the other, so don't worry about it. Listen to your body and do whatever feels good. From here, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhaling, walk your palms up towards your foot. Keep the foot flexed, toes pulling towards you. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhaling, walk your palms further towards the foot. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhaling, pull. This is your maximum stretch. If you can grab onto the toe, do that. If not, stay here. 1 more inhale. And exhaling, let's open up the leg towards the left. It's okay if your hand slides away from the foot, that's completely fine. With your right palm, press that right hip down so that both your hips are equally grounded. Keep pulling the left foot up towards the top of the mat and your head turns to the right if that feels good for your neck. 2 more breaths here. The goal is not to bring the foot to the floor. The goal is to stay grounded in both your hips so that you feel that stretch in your left hip flexor. And inhaling, let's come back up. From here, we are going to switch hands, right hand to the belt, left hand to the floor, in line with your left shoulder. Deep inhale. Exhaling, bring your left foot towards the right. Again, if keeping the leg straight is too much, keep the left leg bent. Let go of the belt, and with your right hand, just pull that knee down gently, very gently. If straightening the leg is accessible to you, let's do that as you pull the left foot up towards the top of the mat. Again, don't worry about reaching the floor. Just feel that in your left hip flexor. And let's try to twist the spine as well by keeping that left shoulder blade down. You can turn your head to the left. One more breath. Inhaling, let's come back to the center. Let's do that one last time, one last hamstring stretch. As you exhale, pull your leg in and lift your head up. If your hamstrings have opened up, you can grab onto your foot as well. Don't let the belt hit you. And gently release the head on the inhale and release the leg on the exhale. Alright, let's keep the belt away. Bend your knees. Keep the lower back on the floor. Again, find your neutral position just for a breath. And on the exhale, bring your knees in. We're going to do 3 circles each side with your knee. You don't have to really pull the knees in hard. Keep them nice and loose and just mix circles. You're also rocking on your lower back, massaging the lower back while you open up the hips gently. And let's switch to the other side. And from here, hug your knees gently, and we are going to start rocking back and forth, massaging the back. Lift the hips, come up, press the feet into the floor, roll back. Try to roll all the way to your neck. One last time, and come up and sit in any comfortable position of your choice. So we are going to try to cool our body down now after the entire session with just 5 cooling breaths, which basically means we are just going to exhale through the mouth, trying to cool the entire body down. So again, sit in a comfortable position. You can have your eyes closed or open. Make sure your back is nice and straight. You're going to inhale through the nose, nice and deep. Open your mouth and exhale with a sigh. 4 more like this. Inhale. 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 Gently open your eyes. We'll end with a pranayama. So today we are going to do Kapalbhati, which is not exactly a pranayama. It's considered as a kriya or a cleansing process, but we are going to use it as a pranayama because it's also a breath practice. You're going to sit in a comfortable position. If you're menstruating, if you have heart issues, avoid doing this practice. You can just sit and focus on your breath. If not, join me with the practice. We're going to do 2 sets of 30 counts. I'm just going to show you first. You're going to concentrate on your nose and the forehead, not the belly. The belly will do its own work. So sit comfortably erect. Deep inhale. This is what you're going to do. The breath should be equal, rhythmatic and forceful. It's forceful exhalation. Your inhalation will happen passively without you really focusing on it. So let's focus on the exhale only. We'll begin with 30 counts. Inhale. Take a deep inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale completely. We'll do one more round of 30 counts. Deep inhale. Deep inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale completely. Keep your eyes closed. Join your palms at your chest. Take your palms to your forehead to remind you to be kind in your thoughts, to your lips to remind you to be kind with your words, and to your heart to remind you to be kind with your love. Rub your palms together, warm them up, and gently close them over your eyes. Blink your eyes open and slowly bring your palms down. Thank you for joining me in this practice. Hope to see you again.